It is Tyler Courtney from the front row next to Corey Day. Row 2 is James McFadden and Anthony Macri. Row 3 is the 5 of Spencer Bayston and the 42 of Lynch. Row 4, the 17 of Sheldon Haudenschild and the 24 of Rico Abreu. Row 5, the 49 of Brad Sweet and the 8 of Corey Eliason. Then you got Cody Hartlaub and Brent Marks in row 6. Jesse Attard and Tanner Thorson in 7. Jacob Allen and Casey Kahne in 8. Brennan Crouch and Justin Peck in 9. Brandon Spithaler and AJ Flick in 10. Zeb Wise, Dale Blaney, Cody Bova, Parker Price Miller, and Carl Bowser at the tail end of the field. Lernerville Speedway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. Tyler Courtney will get the first call. He'll have the race lead down the back straightaway. Jailbreak as they make their way down the backside. James McFadden makes his way into the second position, quickly by the 14 of Corey Day. But Day has him at the line. Corey Day back around the outside to maintain P2. McFadden back underneath him into turn number 1 and 2. But Corey Day too strong around the outside. Fourth right now belongs to Anthony Macri. And quickly into the top 5 is Rico Abreu. Now Abreu up to 4th. Rico Abreu, the Durst Dice Wheel driver, from 8th to 4th in the first 2 laps. Rico Abreu last year with high limit of the Commonwealth Clash finished 2nd here at Lernerville. Can he do it here tonight in grand fashion as the dice roller? Abreu finding a home around the inside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Brad Sweet making his way towards the front of the field. Makes his way by Lynch, and Brad Sweet's up to 6th. Meanwhile, McFadden took a peek to the inside of Corey Day right there in turn number 2, but couldn't make the pass. McFadden trying to slow roll the bottom in the Roth Enterprises number 83 car. Traffic will be a factor here with the next 3 laps for your race leader, Tyler Courtney. Here comes Rico Abreu. Abreu with the fishing pole out. He's reeling in 2nd and 3rd down the back straightaway. Rico Abreu looking strong in the ShopRico.com number 24 car. Meanwhile, Tyler Courtney, your race leader, on the same straightaway as the lap traffic. Carl Bowser, Dale Blaney, Cody Bova, Parker Price Miller all lie ahead for the top spot. Anthony Macri under fire from Brad Sweet. Sweet's got the 5th spot down the front straightaway. Now Macri shuts the door on him in turn number 1. Anthony Macri maintains 5th, but Brad Sweet is on his way towards the front of the field. Meanwhile, 2nd and 3rd appear to be closing in slightly on your race leader, as Tyler Courtney coming up to the back of the field, trying to find a way around the 32B of Dale Blaney. James McFadden has been right there on the left rear tire of Corey Day this entire way. Now Day switches the lineup, goes to the bottom in turn 4, pulls away from McFadden off turn 4. Corey Eliason right now making his way by Sheldon Haudenschild, and Eliason's into the 8th position. Good run right now for the Ridge & Sun Racing number 8 car. Meanwhile, Tyler Courtney now into traffic. Caution coming out. We've got Spencer Bayston slow on the back straightaway, was running just outside the top 10 at the time of this incident. It was in the 11th spot. Cannot tell what the issue is from this camera angle right now. We'll have to wait and see. The work area is, in fact, in the infield tonight at Lernerville, so we'll see if Tony Laporta can get us a report, or Tony Reporta can report what's going on down there. Tony, I don't see a flat right rear, so that's not the issue for the CJB5.
No, they're all getting over here ready to receive Spencer Bayston. Ty Wolfgang from K-Scan Racing and Brad Sweet's number 49 car was calling out to Barry and the rest of this CJB Motorsports team what he diagnosed the issue as from his vantage point on the back straightaway. No tires seem to be down. They're going to remove the hood off the number 5 car, Brady Forbrook, as well as other members from around the work area leaning in here.
Their bottom or top is where they will restart this next restart here, with still 22 laps remaining in tonight's feature. It looks like Tyler Courtney goes to the bottom, Corey Day to the top. McFadden, who has been pretty good this whole race, keeping right there with Corey Day. He'll stick to the bottom like he's been there the entire race.
Chase, they brought the 5 back in. So whatever the issue was, the car obviously did refire, but now it's shut back off down here in the rod end supply work area. They're just kind of checking everything they can look at right now to see if they can find the issue. I'm not sure they know what the issue is right now on Bayston's car.
Thank you, Tony. We're coming back to green, so he is stuck inside that rod and supply work area. Coming back to the green flag. We're back underway here at the Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup. Into turn number 1, James McFadden looking for 2nd. Rico Abreu looking for 3rd. Abreu not able to make his way by Corey Day. Abreu pulls to the right rear of McFadden. Now McFadden going to try and roll the bottom. Meanwhile, Brad Sweet's into the top. Side down, big time. It's Brandon Spithaler. Brandon Spithaler was having a great run before that incident. 13th place at the time. Actually would have been 12th at the time. And now Spithaler upside down in a huge way off the track in turn 3, Tony.
Chase, going over there to kind of give a report as we make our way over there. And obviously, most concern goes to Spithaler and confirming that he's okay. But how much does Spencer Bayston luck out now with that first lap not being completed back to green? They're going to get a lot more time down there in the Rod End Supply work area.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make those repairs to the CJB Motorsports number 5 car. They're going to have plenty of time to try and diagnose whatever issue that could be. Meanwhile, Brandon Spithaler is over there outside the track in turn 3. As I said, he was running in the 12th position at the time. And the driver is out of the race car. So Brandon Spithaler is okay. He's out of the car, walking around, communicating with the Lernerville Speedway officials and High Limit Racing officials down there. Spithaler had an absolutely fantastic year so far in 2024. 6 410 wins to his credit this season, and a 4th place run with the World of Outlaws at Attica Raceway Park. It's been a great, great year for Brandon Spithaler. 7 career Lernerville Speedway wins to his credit as well. I talked to Brandon a little bit at the Kokomo Speedway earlier this year during the Midweek Money Series event there, and he told me that the wing on top of the car that he had that night, that wing had been through 3 or 4 sprint car seasons without incident, and it appears, if that is the same wing, then it appears that that streak has come to an end for the number 22 car. Driver of Evans City, Pennsylvania. You could see him talking to officials right there with the hand motions and things like that. Had a couple of hard hits. The MedStar safety team is there checking him out, making sure that he's okay.
Well, Chase, we're going to wait to make sure that he speaks to everybody down here with safety and fire and rescue, because making sure Brandon's okay is the number one concern. We'll see if we can get a word with him, but I just have to say this incident site's so reminiscent of James McFadden's flip back at the Salina High Banks in Oklahoma earlier this spring, where the track just drops drastically on the outside of the banking here. Spithaler's going to try to make his way from the race car, but it has absolutely been can opened. We're going to ask him if he would like to talk and give an update. But the good news, as you can see, is he's walking away.
Yeah, Tony, if you are able to catch up with him, I would be curious to hear if that is that wing that he was telling me about at Kokomo. If he's in good spirits, that would be an interesting question to ask Brandon Spithaler after you make sure that he's all right and everything like that. So you could see that they are making sure or trying to get that car hooked up. And it sounds like you got him, Tony.
Yeah, well, I'm about first and foremost, Brandon, are you okay?
Yeah, a little shooken up. That was a big one. It sucks. I mean, it sucks for my guys. We had a really good race car. I don't know. We charged from 19th. I think I was passing for 10th, and I took a chance going outside of Hartlaub, and I don't know. He didn't know I was outside of him, and he turned right on the straightaway, and he right-reared my left front. It was just a racing deal, but it was a hell of a ride.
Chase Rodman up in the booth talked to us a moment ago about a story you had told him about you being able to get through so many seasons with a top wing without any issue. Chase is curious, is that the top wing that you'd raced for so long with?
Actually, unfortunately, I had to retire it because we actually went through the slides wore out and they actually cracked. It had over 100 nights on it, and I mean, that's a testament to wing dynamics. This one had a lot of races on it too, but we'll just have to rebuild and get everything back for Saturday.
All right, Brandon, we're glad you're okay. Terrible luck. Sorry to see that. So, Brandon Spithaler, one more look at that race car, you guys. I mean, it is absolutely destroyed, but it is eerie how similar, Chase, that number 22 looks to James McFadden's number 83. If you remember his flip that occurred while he was racing with Brad Sweet for the lead back in Salina, I believe in early May that wreck was. So, Spithaler's okay. He's out of this one, though.
Here's the replay on Flow Racing. Let's see what happened. It's from the drone, and it should be on the left side of your screen here, probably middle of the pack, and ooh. It almost looked to me, if we could play that back one more time, it looked like Brandon almost came down the track a little bit as Hartlaub was also coming up track there. Yeah, I mean, it looks like maybe he was going to the bottom. I'm not really sure. That's hard to say. But as you could see, man, that thing went for a ride. There goes the tail tank. I mean, that thing went flying as well. And Tony, you can vouch for it, man. I've been over there as well in my pit reporter days, but off the track over there in turn 3, that is a long ways down the banking. It's quite the abrupt change. I would say it's maybe worse off a 2, but I mean, it's quite the elevation change. Maybe it is. I mean, it's quite the elevation change over the edge of the turn 3 turn there.
And we're going to talk to some of the high rollers this season at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum Wednesday of Knoxville Nationals Week. That's going to be at 12 noon. So swing by if you got a question. Maybe one of the high rollers will answer for you, Chase.
Oh, okay. We'll be looking forward to that, Tony. Thank you very much for that piece of information for the Knoxville Nationals coming up here in just a few weeks. We're coming back to the green flag here at Lernerville for the Silver Cup. 22 laps to go. Single file restart due to contact on a double file. We're back underway. McFadden quickly to the bottom in turn number 1, trying to find a way by Corey Day, but Day's too strong around the outside. Oh, Brad Sweet. That was a close call right there as Anthony Macri nearly shoved him off the back straightaway. Sweet gathers the car back in. He's challenged on the inside now by Silence. James McFadden up to second. McFadden takes it across the line from Corey Day. James McFadden now up to second. Has not been to victory lane since Butler, Michigan, a long, long time ago. Can he do it here tonight at Lernerville Speedway? One more car to take care of, and that is Tyler Courtney, who has about a 10-car length lead over him down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Brad Sweet got by for 5th. He gets by Anthony Macri. Now Macri's feeling the heat from the 42 of Cy Lynch. Lynch is now up into the 6th position. Good move there from Cy Lynch. Remember, he had to fell back pretty far in the dash after the nose wing collapsed on him on the first lap, and now trying to fight back and claw back. Here comes McFadden, closing in on Tyler Courtney down the front straightaway. Rico Abreu underneath of Corey Day. Abreu has got the 3rd spot in turn 1. Rico Abreu, the Durst Ice Roll driver, is up to 3rd. Rico Abreu making his way towards the front of the field on the top side of the racetrack. He is tracking down the top 2 drivers, and they are catching up to the back of the field as well. And when they get there, cars all over the racing surface at Lernerville Speedway. Tyler Courtney's going to have to pick. He's going to have to pick quick where he wants to go. Courtney runs the middle in turns 1 and 2. Slides the car up to the top. McFadden keeps the car pinned to the bottom, making his way closer and closer to the NOS Energy Drink number 7 BC. That time by halfway home in the Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup. Last time by, McFadden about a 1/10 and a half faster than Tyler Courtney. Meanwhile, Rico Abreu was 4/10 faster than your top 2. Abreu closing in on the top 2 drivers. Could see a 3-car battle for the lead at the end of this race. Oh, and a car's off the pace in turn 2. It is Zeb Wise, and the yellow flag comes out. Zeb Wise clearly frustrated behind the wheel of the Rudine Racing 26. Was running 15th at the time. It certainly did. Zeb Wise has made his way back onto the track at the tail end of the field. So just past the halfway point of this race. Courtney, McFadden, Abreu, Day, Sweet, and Lynch. The first 3 rows when we go back to green. Tanner Thorson up to 8th. Keep that in mind as well as we go back to green flag racing here at Lernerville. Tyler Courtney right through the middle in turns 1 and 2. McFadden, he has not left the bottom the entire race and going to stick down there towards the end of this race. Here comes Rico Abreu around the outside, trying to take the 2nd spot across the line. McFadden shut the door at the end. Oh, upside down front straightaway. It is Cy Lynch in the 42, and he is looking straight up at the sky right here at the flag stand. Red flag, all stop.
Chase, fire and safety immediately on the scene down here just past the front straightaway, getting hands-on that number 42 for Cy Lynch. They're going to very softly set that race car down. A combination of track safety, high limit safety, and MedStar officials on the scene down here. And what a heartbreak after Lynch had such a promising start to the night. After starting the FK Rod-Ends dash in second, this team doing a phenomenal job setting that race car back down. And now talking to Lynch inside that race car.
So Lynch, they got that car back on all fours, and we hope to see him pop out of the race car here in just a moment.
Lynch has climbed out of the race car, Chase.
Thank you very much, Tony. Yes, so Lynch out of the race car, folks. He is walking away under his own power. And, man, was he having a good run. Was running in the 6th position at the time of this incident. We do have a replay coming here on Flow in just a moment to see what exactly happened to the Mercedes Motorsports number 42. Lynch rolling the bottom, almost gets by Sweet right there. And Corey Day comes down racetrack to cross up a slider that was thrown on him by Sweet. And he had no idea that Lynch was coming off the bottom right there and clipped him. And I mean, you could say that might be Corey Day's fault, but I don't think he had any clue that Lynch was going to be down there. And Tony, looks like you're standing by with the driver out of Apollo, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we want to make sure we're out of the way of fire and safety down here. But first of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Just a racing deal there, but it was a shame. I thought we had a really good car, broken front wing in the dash, really set us back. But hell of a night for my guys. And these guys are the best in the world for a reason, and we really wanted to put on a good show for you fans in front of home. So maybe next year.
All right, Lynch, he is okay. What a heartbreaker. Yeah, that's right, folks. He can hear you. Lynch is going to walk away from that race car. But Chase, man, already set it up. What a heartbreaker after having a mounting bracket bolt break on that nose wing of the number 42. Lynch goes backwards after starting the FK Rod-Ends dash in second. He was doing his best to tread water inside the top 10 at the time of the accident, but his Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup is over.
And so McFadden, he is 6th in points. Remember, he missed the first 4 races of the year. Could not get over here from Australia. He had Dominic Scelzi fill in the car, and Dominic did well enough to where they are not too far out of that 5th position behind Corey Day. All right, single file restart due to the contact on a double file restart. Tyler Courtney, James McFadden, Rico Abreu, Corey Day, and Brad Sweet coming to the green. Back underway. Courtney goes to the bottom, gets a little bit tight on entry. That might leave some room to the outside as James McFadden going to dive to the inside in turn 3. McFadden strikes in the 3rd corner, takes the race lead away, slide to the racetrack, they get together. Courtney goes around. Tyler Courtney goes around off turn 4, and the yellow flag comes back out. Wow. Tyler Courtney, and McFadden's got a problem. McFadden now goes to the work area with a flat right rear, and that hands the lead to the Durst Dice Roll driver, Rico Abreu. Tyler Courtney and James McFadden racing for the lead get together off the last corner. McFadden flat right rear, and Tyler Courtney cannot tell the damage from here to him, but he spun around. Here is the replay. McFadden, huge head of steam into turn 3, tries to slide up the racetrack. Courtney at the last minute tried to drive around him. They get together. It does not look like there's a ton of damage to the NOS Energy Drink number 7 BC, but it does not matter. He's going to have to go to the tail. Wow, Tony, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was very crazy. Originally, the Glosson Marshall 7 BC guys went to pull their backup front end assembly off of the mule. They quickly put it back. You're watching live right now as they put on a new right rear wheel and tire for that number 83 Roth Motorsports, Roth Enterprises machine of James McFadden. And wow, what a race car James has had so far tonight. He was looking really good on every start and restart so far, but this will mire him deep in the pack.
Yeah, we mentioned James McFadden's last 5 finishes here have been stellar, and now that trend will not continue. Rico Abreu trying to be the 6th different winner of the Durst Dice Roll in 2024. This time it would come from 8th. Corey Day, Brad Sweet, now the top 3. Anthony Macri and Tanner Thorson into the top 5 with that incident for those last 2. Here we go, back underway. Abreu goes to the top. Corey Day follows him up there as well. Brad Sweet goes to the bottom. He'll slide in front of Corey Day. Brad Sweet takes the second spot off of turn number 2. Now Sheldon Haudenschild fighting with Tanner Thorson for the 5th position. Off of turn number 4, give the spot to Sheldon across the line. Haudenschild into the top 5, making his way by Tanner Thorson. Now Corey Day going to work back to the outside of the racetrack to catch back up to Brad Sweet. Sweet probably saw the speed that McFadden had on the bottom, and he's going to run it down there for the rest of the race. Next time by, 11 laps to go for Rico Abreu. Abreu riding the rim around Lernerville Speedway. It might be fast, but it is treacherous. You could get yourself in big trouble if you just hop over it just for a moment. Brad Sweet this time by. His lap time just a tick faster than Brad Sweet. So was than Rico Abreu. Corey Day also faster than Abreu. Day gets a little bit tight right there on the cushion. You saw him have to turn the wheels to the left to make it around the corner. Corey Day zipping around the outside, catching up to Brad Sweet. Next time by, 9 laps to go for Abreu. Car off the pace on the backstretch. He's going to keep on going. Carl Bowser drives the car back onto the racetrack, but your top 3 will catch him much quicker than they were supposed to. Brad Sweet around the bottom, catching up to Rico Abreu. So is Corey Day. Could we see a 3-car battle for the lead here at Lernerville for the Silver Cup? Oh, and off the racetrack and spinning around is Carl Bowser. The caution comes out once again. Carl Bowser looking the wrong way off the track. He was running in the 20th time, or 20th position at the time. Carl Bowser now with new crew chief Todd Berkheimer, the former crew chief for Brock Zierfoss on the World of Outlaws Tour. 9 laps to go here in this feature. Brad Sweet and Corey Day, without a doubt, we're closing in on Rico. Abreu was struggling there when he got into clean air. It looked like he was better behind other cars. We'll see what happens. 9 to go for 25K. At the Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup, we're back underway. Abreu going to take his car straight to the outside in turn 1. Brad Sweet keeps his car pinned to the bottom, slides it up on the exit. We've seen him use that move several times to victory here in the past couple of years at Lernerville Speedway. Abreu rips the cushion in turn 4, comes across the line, 8 laps to go. Brad Sweet right behind him, looks to the inside in turn number 1. But don't forget about Corey Day. Day gets a good run off of turn number 2. Might look at Brad Sweet for the 2nd spot. Down the back straightaway, Sweet goes to the bottom protect. That means that Day's going to have to slide to the cushion and lose a little bit of ground to the Napa Auto Parts number 49 car. Sweet still in 2nd. Day now going to try and switch the lineup. Goes to the bottom. I think he was a little bit better on the top down there in turn 2. What does Sweet do? He goes to the bottom in 3 and 4. Slides it up the racetrack. Almost is sliding himself, but it looks like it's working right now. Anthony Macri and Sheldon Haudenschild, they're fighting for the 4th position with Tanner Thorson just behind them. Corey Day down the back straightaway to the inside of Brad Sweet. Gonna move him up off the racetrack. And Corey Day has got 2nd across the line. Can Corey Day close the gap on Rico Abreu? 5 laps to go. Corey Day in his Lernerville Speedway debut going to have to make up about 1.4 seconds here in the final 4 laps. If anybody can do it, we know that this 18-year-old driver is the one. He is so good at ripping the top of the racetrack. That time by off of turn number 2, turned it down the hill. Abreu going to go to the bottom, might open up the lane, might open up some momentum for Corey Day down the front straightaway. Day now with an 0.8 second, 3 laps to go. Abreu switching the lineup. Here comes Corey Day around the outside. Battle for the lead at the Silver Cup. Down the back straightaway. Corey Day now going to go to the bottom. Abreu searching around. Cannot find grip, cannot find speed. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Abreu back to the outside, and Corey Day makes a mistake. Corey Day hopped the cushion, keeps on going. White flag is coming for Rico Abreu. Traffic up ahead of him. 1 to go. Rico around the outside. Has Zeb Wise to deal with. Corey Day not close enough. Down the back straightaway. For the 6th time in 2024, the Dirt's Dice Roll is claimed for $8,000. Rico Abreu gets the win at Lernerville Speedway. Corey Day, Brad Sweet, Anthony Macri, and Corey Eliason in the top 5 here tonight. Your top 10 finishers. Rico Abreu with the win from 8th. He will get $29,000 with the victory. Corey Day 2nd, Brad Sweet 3rd, Anthony Macri 4th, Corey Eliason 5th, Tanner Thorson in 6th, Brent Marks is 7th, Justin Peck 8th, Sheldon Haudenschild 9th, and Tyler Courtney back into the top 10 in the 7BC. Behind him, Parker Price Miller 11th, Brenham Crouch 12th, Cody Hartlaub 13th, 14th to Cody Bova, 15th to Casey Kahne, 16th to Jesse Attard, 17th to AJ Flick, 18th to Jacob Allen, 19th to Zeb Wise, 20th Carl Bowser, and then behind him it's James McFadden, Cy Lynch, Dale Blaney, Spencer Bayston, and Brandon Spithaler. There he is, race fans, your winner of the Silver Cup, Rico Abreu. Make his way off the front of the Mesilla Valley Transportation number 24 car. Gonna get a nice drink of water. Brady Forbrooks, Zach Middlebrooks. There is Megan as well, his wife down there. And there's Gus there to celebrate in victory lane as well. You see Ricky Warner. The work does not stop as he is down there still looking at that race car. Gets the helmet off. And he is going to make his way around the front of the race car here in just a moment as a winner once again with Kubota. High Limit Racing was so close to the victory here last year, finished in 2nd at the Commonwealth Clash. Not the bridesmaid no more. He is the bride. He is the winner. Gets the Kubota High Limit Racing hat, Sunoco Fuels checkered flag, and the Hoosier Tire neckband. He'll make his way around the front of the race car to talk to Tony Laporta.
Whiskey Myers victory lane for the 4th time in 2024 is populated by Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu just got a hug from his mom, Christy. She flew in from California. You were just speaking to Kendra Jacobs. Is that when you found out you were tonight's Durst Dice Roller?
Just now. That's really cool. Thank you, Phil Durst. He's going to have to dig into his pocketbooks for these ones. This is really, really cool. Just thank you to my team. You know, they just don't give up. And the week we had at Eldora, coming back, just keeping that confidence up. And each race, we find these little things that could make us better. So I think that's the most important thing, you know, as the chemistry builds in our team this time of year. And it's taken us a minute to get here, but this is where this team deserves to be. And Ricky Warner, Zach Middlebrooks, you know, Brady Forbrook, they just, they fine-tune everything. And that's what separates us, you know, when it comes to the level of this racing. And it just, you know, you just got to put the whole package together. So thank you to my partners, El Bandito, Yankee Tequila, Royal Jones, Rich Stadelhofer, my family. My mother's here tonight. You know, my brother and father were at Eldora for, you know, those 4 nights. And it was really just really special to win in front of them just because they understand the work that gets put into these teams. And it's, you know, it's just really special to be standing up here.
With 3 laps to go, you made a major line change coming through 1 and 2. What kind of spurred that? Could you hear Corey Day? Was it something that you just felt in your car or the racetrack? What told you to go from the top to the bottom over in 1 and 2? I
just have studied a lot of laps here and haven't raced here much in my career, but you know, watched lots of videos and have had seen some great races. Brad Sweet, Donnie Schatz, Kyle. You know, and you got to understand how these races develop. So when you're leading, you know, you can't be afraid to forfeit position while you're leading and understand the race pace. You know, so I had to go down. Although my left rear shock wasn't on the car, you know, it just understood that something was going on, and I just didn't want to lose the race, not allowing the opportunity to be there on the bottom. You know, and I spun my tires down the backstretch quite a bit and knew that I could just, if I could carry my momentum atop, I really was trying to minimize my mistakes. And, you know, it's just a matter of putting yourself in position in these races and, you know, winning from, you know, the 2nd row on back's a big deal here, let alone, you know, 4th row. So, you know, it just shows how exciting this racing is with High Limit and the product that they're creating for sprint car racing. Just super thankful to be with a series that's so passionate about sprint car racing.
Passion is definitely one word to describe High Limit and yourself. As a winner and a high roller in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane, you get to send $1,000 of our Angel Donors money, as well as an additional $100 that we want to thank DJ Verplu for stepping up and adding to the $1,000. Where are you sending the $1,100 tonight?
You know, obviously it's going to someone special, and it's a foundation that's created of a family that it has a partnership with our team, that's known our team for a few years and studied our team. And you know, they have a nephew, and he's part of that family that has neuromuscular disease. And you know, so that's where we're going to send our money tonight. And I know there's a few folks out there starting to match it. So Jack's Superhero Foundation, I'm donating. I'm matching that $1,000. I know our sponsor Brian Hankins is matching that $1,000, and I know a couple of the family members of the Hunt family is going to match that $1,000. You know, so and I told them the goal by the end of the year, when we start winning these races, you know, we have an angel donor with High Limit Series that's donating $1,000. I'm donating $1,000. I know family members are donating $1,000, and we're going to get this thing to $10,000 when we start winning these races.
Well, that's an incredibly noble cause, and at the rate you're winning now in this summer, I think you're going to get there pretty quickly. Rico, Abreu, are you excited to come back here for the Commonwealth Clash? 2 nights of Kubota High Limit Racing in September?
I'm good, and this thank you fans for coming out tonight on a Tuesday, and the race is getting over early, and that was an exciting race just to be a part of, and just super thankful and passionate for you fans. I hope you guys all come down to the car after and take some pictures and get some autographs.
There you have it. He just invited you down to the Rico Abreu Racing number 24 hauler, but right now, right here, make some noise for your winner, Rico Abreu! Barry Jackson, and boy, everybody here on the number 24 working so hard. You got everybody for Rico Abreu Racing putting in the time, and we're looking for our second and third place finishers over on the other side. Ricky Warner, the crew chief on the number 24. He and Barry, such good friends, but Ricky Warner, a National Sprint Car Hall of Fame inductee in 2024, and Ricky and Rico and Zach Middlebrooks and Brady Forbrook working so hard. Corey Day, there he is, Corey. A California storm on the podium here tonight at Lernerville Speedway. Your first trip here to this track in Western Pennsylvania. Before I ask you what you think of it, tell me about what you thought of the battle you had with Brad Sweet and the battle you tried to have with Rico Abreu.
Yeah, it was good. You know, the track was dirty for that whole entire race, and then, you know, the last 10 it kind of cleaned up, and I think everyone was kind of scrambling there. There was a lot of guys running through dirty stuff in the middle, and, you know, my car was just way too free to do that. So I was around the curb basically the whole race, and, you know, lost a couple spots because of it, but knew it would come in towards the end, and it did. Just, yeah, I mean, good race with Brad there, just kind of to rally back and get back around him for a second place spot, but it was hard to catch Rico. So I think we were definitely worse than a second place car tonight. So you know, glad we salvaged a second.
When Rico makes that line change over here in 1 and 2 with inside of 4 laps to go, the very next lap you stumbled and hit the curb up at the top of the track. Did that happen because you weren't used to where his race car was, or really, how did you react to Rico changing his line so abruptly?
Yeah, actually, I followed him up there for the, I think 10 laps, and then he dove, and I just kind of didn't have my mark right. I was kind of judging off his race car where I needed to enter, and his race car wasn't there that lap, so yeah, I stumbled. I wish I could go back and do 10 things different that race, but I'm still on the podium.
On to do 10 things different, I can relate. Corey Day running up in the second position. Then Brad Sweet is over here in that Case Can Racing Napa Auto Parts, number 49 in the third position. You talked back at I-70 where you were dominant and scored the win about racing with a kid like Corey Day. Tonight, you and him traded passes a couple times in this race. What's it like, the competition level right now in Kubota High Limit Racing?
Oh, yeah, it's good. I mean, it's, really stout, so we're just struggling a little bit right now. We struggled at the Kings Royal, week, and, just weren't that great again tonight. So just a little bit frustrating, but that's racing. You got to fight up and down, through the adversity, and car's just off a little bit right now. So, chasing Rico there, he's still faster than us with no left rear shock, and obviously, Corey got back around me. So just kind of struggling to get through the whole feel run and feel right, and once you get off a little bit, it's takes a minute to get back on track. So we're working hard with our Napa car, but we're just a little bit, it's a little frustrating when you're kind of in the position and feel like you had a 9-lap run there, and felt like I was in a really good position to try to step up and win the race, even though half the people fell out in front of us. So, we kind of got that position handed to us a little bit. But we'll take it. It's a third place. I mean, it's not something to hang your hat on. But, this team, we haven't won in a while. So, we're looking to figure out how to get back on the top step of the podium. So hats off to Rico and Corey. They do a good job. They keep us honest each and every night. So we just got to get better with our Napa car.
All right, and then two other things. First off, it was Lakeside that you were so dominant at, not I-70. Wanted to correct that when you talked about racing with Corey so much. But high limit racing is off until we head to the West Coast. Of course, you guys will have some outlaw races. The Knoxville Nationals are coming up. But what can fans expect when high limit makes their first trip west later this summer?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I got to thank all the fans for coming out tonight on the Tuesday night. This has always been a big race, so it's really cool that the Kubota High Limit Series is able to come here and race at Lernerville. It's such a great place, and a lot of fans came out to support us, so we appreciate that. And yeah, really looking forward. It's the first year as a national tour, so obviously going to the West Coast and the Gold Cup, Tulare, Hanford, Placerville, Douglas County, Elma, and Skagit. A Skagit event is $100,000 to win, and Chico event's $100,000 to win. So really looking forward to that West Coast swing. I think Kyle Larson's going to make his return to Tulare. Last time him and I raced there, I think we about killed each other. So the Rico and Corey at Tulare, me and Kyle, and then bringing all these guys that are from back east. It's going to be pretty cool. It's really cool to bring such great events to the West Coast, and hopefully the fans come out and support us.
Brad Sweet running in the third position. We'll see him when Kubota High Limit Racing heads west a little bit later on the summer of 2024. Corey Day runs in the second position. Remember, he makes his ARCA debut a little bit later this week on Saturday in Salem, Indiana. But it's Rico Abreu standing in Whiskey Myers victory lane for the fourth time in 2024 and hooking up our man Forrest Zeiders as the Durst Dice roll winning car. He comes from 8th to win. That's $4,000 additional dollars in Rico's pocket, and it's $4,000 that a fan who didn't expect to leave here with anything tonight leaves after being selected from those random pre-sale ticket orders.